Alright, welcome back to Pokemon FireRed. Last time we made it to Pewter City, so I guess we're just gonna be exploring today. And we immediately start off with the sleeping child.
This Jigglypuff is just bullying this child.
And specifically, you'd think everyone would hear this, but nope, just this child.
The Jigglypuff's just whispering into the child's ear.
Got this kid stun locked in a corner. Yeah, sure, brag about your two Pikachus. Oh, it's this lady. So here's a weird thing that will eventually be important, but this lady wants to hear about her profile. So this is a weird thing where we make up a phrase using 4 different slots of text. So there's a whole lot of different words to use, and it's not really easy to find any of them. Should probably do this alphabetically, because it's slightly easier.
Did you have the wireless communicators for the Game Boy Advance, or did you only have the wired?
I did not know. I definitely had the wired, though.
I had the wireless one, so this was actually a thing I could do.
So yeah, this is basically mostly for multiplayer type stuff, though using these 4-box phrases will be important for a secret thing. Anyway, yeah, there's my phrase. Yeah, sure does.
Can you get it to say, "I've come to make an announcement"?
Probably not, no.
That's probably too many? Alright. So I noticed you got "I am" into a single box.
I just put "I am" over and over again, and it turns out I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. Surprise.
Oh, can you get it to say "All Hail Shadow"?
Maybe.
A status problem. I didn't realize that the game called status effects status problems.
Got a real status problem. I'm poisoned. It's a bit of a problem, I guess.
I mean, they all are problems. There's no good status effect in this game.
Thankfully, you can only have one problem at a time.
No, don't I wish.
Unless one's confusion. Then you can have 2. Ah, someone just using Repel out in the wild. I actually kind of like that.
It's always neat when a game's mechanics actually affect the fiction, even to a small amount.
Yep. Anyway, that guy's going to be using Repels more than I do, because I don't really. You should if you don't like your time wasted by random encounters, because provided your Pokemon's a high enough level, you will get reduced to no random encounters with a Repel on for a certain number of steps.
But Fefner, how will you level up your Pokemon if you don't fight battles?
Well, by grinding later. You're gonna have to do it eventually. This is Gen 3, it's still kinda hard to get experience. And of course, the trainer battles are better for experience anyway, and you can't avoid those with a Repel. People don't care about the smell of a Repel.
Or they do, and they're just too polite to bring it up.
Wow, you reek. Anyway, I'm gonna have my Pikachu beat up you. Specifically you, not your Pokemon.
You spray a Repel and walk into this room, and that Nidoran just runs out the door.
Oh no.
Oh, what if your Pokemon liked you less if you used Repels because they had to smell it?
Oh god, that would just be rude. There is an affection stat that's mostly hidden. There are some places where you can find it. I don't remember where they are in this game. Oh, and also this guy's gonna take us to the museum. I have no say in this. I said I didn't go, not that I wanted to. I'll go in the museum later. Jeez. Also, that music that plays is pretty great. So, just FYI, there's a similar person basically at the exit of town, so you can't progress because he will just automatically lock onto you and be like, "Hey, have you gone to the gym yet?" And if you say no, he'll just drag you over here. But we're going here anyway, so I don't need to be taken by the hand. So, here's our first gym. These are the major battles of the game. You gotta beat the gym leader, you gotta get a badge. And also, here's our advisor. He appears in every gym, mostly. And he gives you some advice on type matchups in case you've forgotten. Or some other advice like this. Like, put good Pokemon out front so they're first. Also, Hideki's already been here, and he's defeated Brock, so, heck.
Oh, there's the line. There's the light years line.
Hey, Liam, clearly you don't know what light years are. I have defeated you in a battle of wits, so I don't know why you're trying to throw a rock at me. So anyway, Geodude's gonna use Defense Curl, which, you know, does kind of help. That raises defense. Low Kick's still gonna beat him up real good. And Tackle is nothing. You're nothing, Geodude.
Perry's upset because this Geodude couldn't explain her name to her.
One day somebody will get it.
That's gonna be Perry's motivation this whole LP. She's just demanding that these Pokemon explain why she's named Perry.
Alright, so, by the way, Hay is going to be mostly useless here because, ground type resists electricity, and Sandshrew right here, ground type. Does, however, leave him open to bubbles. Get wet, nerd. Eventually. Thankfully, the Defense Curl isn't going to help here because this is a special attack. You fool, you utter imbecile! Scratches up. Scratch is usually nothing.
Oh no, he nicked an artery.
You jerk.
Oh no.
And this is just rude at this point. This is just rude. There. I wasn't too blind to blow bubbles in your direction, killing you instantly.
Yeah, instantly. That sure looks pretty instant.
He was 1 meter away from exploding. It's fine.
That would be amazing if instead of just like vanishing into the ground, the Pokemon just exploded.
Just Mega Man style. Ah, and it seems Liam has learned the error of his ways. We also got Withdraw, which is a defense boosting move. And so, you could pass that one trainer if you want to avoid him, but he's easy enough, so free experience. Now, let's fight Brock.
By the way, that trainer in the original Pokemon Red is how I learned that light years measures distance and not time.
See, Pokemon's educational. That's right, my Pokemon are all the rock type. You're gonna kick my butt. You started with a Squirtle. Alright, so, gym leaders get their own fancy theme and everything. And here's Brock. Isn't that a Naruto outfit? I'm pretty sure it's a Naruto outfit.
I think that's the outfit he has in the Gen 3 anime.
So, first up is Geodude. This is more or less the one we saw earlier, but slightly tougher. He's not really going to be doing anything, and I'm just going to be kicking him in the shins? I guess elbows in this case. Either way, the defense curl did kind of help him. Not by a lot, though. Thanks, game.
That's the second time.
It'll happen a lot. Aw, heck. So anyway, he's gonna send an Onyx, which is gonna look intimidating because it's a giant rock snake. However, do remember, low kick is based on weight, so Onyx is pretty heavy. Despite being 2 levels higher than the Geodude, Onyx is not really well suited for low kicks. So basically that entire fight, Perry was just sliding back and forth into the lack of shins of all these rock Pokemon. And we learned Karate Chop, which is a relatively normal fighting type move. It's not slide tackling everything.
Now that she's mastered use of her legs, she can master use of her hands.
And we get the Boulder Badge in battle, which is weird, because mostly that doesn't happen. Oh, cool. We can use Flash. Great. Awesome.
What a good mechanic.
Flash, everyone's favorite move. This, however, is a lot better. TM39. TMs will teach your Pokemon a technique, whatever one's contained on them. However, this is a gen that's early enough where TMs are only one use, so make sure you give Rock Tomb who you absolutely know without a shadow of a doubt is going to need Rock Tomb. Now, I believe Rock Tomb lowers speed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it is a pretty useful move, pretty powerful as well. And so with that done, we can enter the museum. I mean, we could before, but, you know, I figured we beat the gym leader. Let's just take a moment and enjoy the sights.
Now are we going to spend a whole night here?
No. None of these will come to life, and we're not going to have any wacky adventures.
Night at the museum would have been entirely different if it was in the Pokemon universe.
Yeah, for one, there would be an Aerodactyl and a Kabutops. I don't think any mortal man could stand up to that. I don't know how to catch Pokemon. So anyway, this space shuttle right here, in Gen 1, that was not just a normal space shuttle, that was the Columbia, I believe?
I think it was the Challenger.
I can look it up real quick, but basically they removed that reference because in about 2003, that space shuttle actually disintegrated on re-entry, so not really a reference you want to keep.
Yeah, for a long time it was the only shuttle still in service, so anytime a thing wanted to reference a space shuttle, they would reference that one. So there's a lot of things that are just referencing this shuttle that was destroyed. Tragic accident.
Yep, Columbia.
Okay. Well, that's egg on my face.
Well, it's good to double check these things. And yes, I checked out the museum. I guess they're okay.
Here, let's go look at them together. And then he just drags you back there again.
You'll never escape the museum.
I think he's just trying to ask Hotaru out. He's not doing a very good job of it.
So, also, once I get through a gym, I'm also just going to take a quick look at someone's PC to check out all the Pokemon we caught, but we aren't going to be using in the long run. Just, see what they're like. Here's a gentle Rattata. Also, that Rattata had an ability that makes it easier to run away, which is okay, but actually the run rate in this game isn't actually that bad, so it's not the most useful thing. It's okay if you really want to guarantee.
I don't know what gen they started doing this, but I like how they've added like a short sentence describing the Pokemon's personality.
I think that might have been Gen 3, but yeah. I do really like that little detail.
Oh, I didn't see it, actually. In those summaries.
Or Gen 4? I think it's Gen 4, rather.
Maybe. I think Gen 3 added natures
Yeah, I want to say it's Gen 4. I feel like I've seen it in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Anyway, the other thing we're going to do before we stop for the day is look through Teachy TV. We're probably going to be cutting a lot of this because it gets super repetitive, but without watching this, you'd never meet this guy.
Hello.
Hello.
Aye aye, Captain.
Pokey Dude, everybody's favorite character. So basically this is just a extended tutorial.
So let's say some wild Pokemon's dissing your Fly Girl.
Yes, give him one of these.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you can probably see why we're going to be skipping through most of this. Looks like my Rattata was faster than the Pidgey. Oh yeah, also the Pidgey used a move called Gust. Quick note, Gust was normal type in Gen 1 for some reason. Like, flying existed in Gen 1.
Isn't Razor Wind also normal type for some reason?
I think so? I'd have to double check. No, apparently it's always been normal. And has continued being normal.
See, that's just worse, actually. I guess if it was flying type, it would just be Sky Attack, but I'm not sure why Sky Attack exists.
Alright, what are status problems? So the intros are mostly the same.
God, I want to know what, like, dirtbag TV executive started the trend of making children yell at their TVs.
Who did this? One of you is to blame. I want names.
Like, oh, children like interacting with the TV because they don't fully realize it's not, actually interactable. Okay, well that's good. So we're gonna make them yell as loud as they can at the TV? Why? They can just talk normally.
It increases the ratings. Alright, so Pokedude really hates seeing Pokemon get hurt. So he's gonna throw this Rattata at this Oddish. Fuck him up, Rattata. Get used to this sight, cause this'll probably happen more than a few times. Poison powder is very rude. So I really wish that in this round the Oddish just used poison powder again. I feel like that's the most realistic turn for this to take.
I'm a little disappointed that they didn't even name the Rattata.
Pokedude, how can you call yourself the Pokedude if you're just going to name your Rattata Rattata? You betrayed me, Pokedude. Thanks for the life advice, Pokedude. Pokedude, how do I fix the never-ending sadness in my soul? Trainers, I can hear you through the TV. You're not shouting loud enough.
I can't wait for the last one where he says, I can't hear you, Loka and Fefner. Alright, now time for this guy to go through every single type and explain what it's weak against and strong against.
Alright, check this out. It's a fire type, which means it's super effective against water.
Oh yeah, what if this was Viva Pinata, where it just fucking lied to you about the game mechanics?
That's a thing?
Yeah, in Viva Pinata there's a character that's supposed to help you get the garden started, but she just straight up lies to you sometimes.
My god. Narrative intrigue.
Like, there are things that, like, the actual proper tutorial stuff you can't avoid is always true. But if you talk to her for advice, she will tell you rumors, some of which are true, some of which are not.
Man, that's just super rude.
I mean, if you never talk to her, you don't have to worry about it, but it's so weird.
Newcomers will be fooled by her lies. I can't believe that she's just Patches. Hey, hey, other pinata. Look over the edge here. There's a lot of treasure down there.
But seriously, Viva Pinata is a great game.
Look at this smug Oddish. You think you can just absorb all day? You fool! I brought out my Butterfree!
What if the Oddish like switched to a frown after doing that one damage?
No longer is the Oddish happy-go-lucky. I mean, it's not that exciting, Pokedude. You won after admitting that, yeah, it's only a quarter damage. Victory was kind of assured there. Disastrously tough moves. Ah, he said I was awesome type. The true matchup winner is you, audience. I want to catch Pokemon. I mean, granted, an old man who gave me this TV taught me how to do it, but, you know, I think I need to learn again. Ah, groovy Pokemon. Please show me all these groovy Pokemon. Indulge your base desire, trainer. Catch them all. Catch them all.
Okay, where is this guy? Where is he finding these Pokemon?
The Void.
Is this the same route? And I don't think there is an Oddish, a Pidgey, and a Jigglypuff on the same route.
This is the Pokedude route. Pokemon that he needs are here.
This is just a set. All that grass is fake. Those trees are painted walls.
This Jigglypuff's just a person in a Jigglypuff outfit. They've got to curl up real tight to fit in that thing. It's very uncomfortable.
That Jigglypuff's just a Clefairy that you overfed.
Oh no!
Well, I sure am glad that Pokemon keeps adding new types of Pokeballs so I can keep using Ultra Balls and nothing else.
Yep. Oh, Nest Ball, real cool. Oh, Heart Gold, you made an entire mechanic to making Pokeballs from various berries. Alright, cool. Ultra Ball.
Was that Heart Gold or Original Gold?
I think it might have been Original Gold, because, like... Yeah, because Kurt wouldn't have had a point otherwise. But I just keep calling it Heart Gold, because that's the version I played.
Yeah, you wouldn't have had a point otherwise, just like the anime.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
No, it's not.
Amazingly great.
It's a terrible item. You never use them, because what if you really need to teach a move later?
Technology certainly is incredible. You can just shove a disc into a Pokemon's face and it'll learn a new thing.
It's great hearing them go on about how great TMs are, because now we know that this is the absolute worst version of TMs.
Yep. He's also got some pretty good ones here. These are all solid moves, except maybe Focus Punch. I don't usually use it that much. It's very situational and you have to set up for it, but it's interesting. Very strong, too. Yes, Pokedude, what is it? What's the thing? Tell me the thing.
There's one more
Please
thing.
stop cycling.
The video just ends.
You didn't have to scroll through them, Pokedude. I could see the description for myself.
Contains hints. Yeah, hints, not just flat-out explanations.
Ah, I just wrote a 10-page hint. What? That's called an essay? I mean, I guess, maybe.
Focus Punch doesn't sound like a move a bird or a fish can learn. Oh, is that a challenge? Pidgey, get over here, we're sparring.
Alright, Magikarp. You're gonna punch with the best of them.
Magikarp and Pidgey having a training montage since you're the best around.
Ah, yes. Teachy TV. Let's all register the Teachy TV.
Oh my god, is he going to open up the Teachy TV in this lesson, the starting an infinite loop?
We're trapped here forever.
Welcome to the world's shittiest creepypasta. I want a creepypasta about TGTV.
Do I get murdered at the ends? No, Pokedude's just really lonely. This is the last episode, so I just wanted to trap you here forever. Didn't really want it to end. Also, Pockets. Poxet. How do you pronounce that?
Wait, what?
It was a typo.
Okay, Look, after status problem, I would believe that they just do anything. And just refer to anything as any other thing.
Words don't mean anything anymore.
Also, what if TGTV had a jump scare in it? Just, alright, I'll be seeing you, and he just leaps at the screen while shouting at the top of his lungs. Just a human scream comes through the GBA speakers.
And with that horrifying image, that's it for FireRed today. See you next time.
Bye.